screen? Is it still my screen, Lanny? Okay, she left me. There she's back. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your
Okay,
screen.
okay. I just want to make sure. So last time when I went into recording, it went off. So I just want to make sure. All right, guys. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, my day's gonna be today.
Go get it.
So good morning, everyone. It's February 15th, halfway through the month. 2 weeks from today is March 1st. We are in the spring market. It's gonna be 60-something degrees today, right? So are we doing what we need to do to be in the spring market? Are we ahead of what we're supposed to be doing? Are we doing our daily activities every single day? Because before you know, it's gonna be April, May, right? So we have to be proactive every single day. Time is just running past us. So nothing will work unless you do. That's the truth, right? Nothing has ever been said better than that. If you're not working, then your business isn't going to be producing. It's just the way it is, right? So make sure you're doing what you need to do every single day to be productive and proactive, more so in this market than ever before. So our agenda today, we're going to go over company-wide January awards, regional awards, and some regional office awards. I'm going to share with you how to prospect with Remine. Because I know when we do a call session or when I talk to you about making phone calls, you say, do you have a list? Can you give me a list? Right? You always want a list. Well, I'm going to show you how to populate your own list really, really easily. Okay.
So there.
So there. What's new? My marketing partner. So Riker's introducing some partners. If you wanted to do some extra things in your business, some things that you may have been looking for. So they partner with someone to help you. Anthony will do our mortgage partner update. We'll go through some office updates, upcoming coaching and training schedule, and our office listing. So I'm going to share a lot of different things with you today that I've learned over the week. I was on a broker manager call this past week. I want to share what happened with that and just go over some housekeeping, so to say, and things that I learned, which is something I haven't been sharing with you properly for the last 5 years. So I think that'll be interesting. Yep. Perfect. So I just want to go over it. Exactly. No, I don't think anybody here has done anything in compliance, so don't worry. And luckily we're in GSMLS, so we just get warned. We don't get in trouble. So I don't usually share with you the company-wide awards unless one of our agents are in it, but I just want to share with you now more than ever that there is a lot of business still going on. So it's more about the mindset of there's a lot of stuff going on in our industry and in our business. You just have to be out there doing it, right? So there's going to be a lot of people who have a successful year. Is that going to be you, right? That depends on your mindset and the activities you do on a daily basis. So just to share with you some of the company-wide awards. And now, actually, these are our regional awards. I think it was switched. So some of you might know Michelle Pereira in Morristown office. I know a lot of you have heard of Arlene Ganella and Victoria Carter, right? They've been around a long time, as well as Natalie Farrell. Again, just to share with you some of the awards for the company and I just want to share with you. So Genesis Nunez, just to give you a little idea, she actually left Riker to go to Compass. She was on Erica Travis's team, and she came back to Riker because she wasn't happy there. She's now one of the top agents in the Morristown office, and she doesn't live in New Jersey full time. Just think about that, right? So I think that's really interesting, right? So she built a team. And so she's able to live, I believe, between Texas and New Jersey and be one of the top agents in our market, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting about her. And then our offices. So we used to traditionally always be on these slides. So it hurts my heart when we're not. So for the regional award winner for listings, new homes, was Gloria LaForgia this month or for January. And Sonia with revenue units, new homes tie, and sales, new homes tie. So I want to congratulate them for regional awards. Our little Dante hit 90% this month. So congratulations to him. He's actually. Yeah.
Did I say that?
Look it. You upset Patty.
That was funny.
No, it's not. He's in May, okay?
I was gonna say it's March.
I got a lot of convenience here. So anyway, Dante is on I know things come out of my mouth too, John, so I understand totally. Unfortunately, I understand totally. He's on a cruise right now, on a Disney cruise. He went on a wedding. So he's not here today because of that, but. Okay, I don't know why I keep having all these regional award things in the wrong area, but I have to fix that before I send it. So this was something shared with us at our managers meeting. I just wanted to share with you. So this was for 2022, for the whole year of 2022, where we fell in our region, in all the different categories, right?
Morristown.
We beat Morristown. We do beat Morristown a lot when it comes to that. Not by much, 5 units, but we still beat them.
Why is Sparta so?
So let me tell you, Sparta has the same agent count as us, but the productivity of the agents, there's more productive agents in that office than any other office in the company.
Because they have no other big companies.
I was gonna say, does anybody even live in Sparta?
So you are right. You're right. They haven't had competition for a long time, but Keller Williams just opened up there.
Yeah.
So-
Bill's office.
Yes, they just opened another office there, so we'll see, but so far he's holding his own. For sales, we're number 3. Yes, we're still over Morristown. We're still over Morristown. But again, Sparta beat Short Hills, right? They have to
That's
sell
not dollar
probably,
volume, that's numbers. That's listening.
yeah,
Or
that's
sales.
Sparta 768.
Who's, I don't understand. How many's in that office?
About 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Everybody moved this area a couple of years ago.
Well, you also have a lot of
Doesn't matter.
houses.
We are where we are.
Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. So, RCP is our cash inflow, right? So that's the top offices in the company. So we were number 8 for 2022. So we were in the top 10,
Well taken.
which you've been consistently in the top 10, which is great. As you can see, Joe has 3 offices in the top 10, and then in the top 20, he has 3, and in the top, so he has probably the most productive offices in the company. Listings. So this is just now, this is through January. So this was the first month, okay, of 2023 that we moved into. Again, Sparta with 26. We were tied with Morristown and Short Hills. Sales, same thing.
What's happening?
We probably bet everyone. They're just on Sky Slope yet.
So you're not the only group.
Revenue units. So again, we're always at the top. This is sold listing percentage, which because we've always done so well, we're even Sparta's on the bottom. So I didn't mean to put that. Refer and earn leads, we're on the top with agents providing us with names of agents who warm leads for agents coming in.
Benjamin hates.
So January results. So we had, our objective was 14 listings, which again, they've cut our objectives. They've cut everybody's objectives, right? Not just corporate headquarters, everybody's objectives in our industry and every brokerage down this year because the market has slowed down so drastically. So
Our open house was a little aggressive.
What?
our open houses are 100. They want everybody in the office to do an open house. Our actual is 11, so we're 79%. In 2022, we had 19 listings. So we're down 5 this year. Sales, our objective was 11, our actual was 15. I think that was switched. So it's 74%. So we had 6 more sales last year over this year. Revenue units. God, I did everything backwards. The revenue units are any units that you bring in. So whether it's you represent the buyer, or you had a listing and someone else, whether it's from Riker or another company brought in a buyer, and that's called a revenue. So any transaction that took place, yes, is a revenue unit. And then open houses. We had 16 last month. And then so far to date for February, our objective is 6. We have 3 in. I know Savannah says we have more out there. Savannah's on top of that. Our sales, our objective was 17. We have 2 to date. Revenue units, 34. We have 4 in, and open houses, we have 7. We've had 7 to date. So,
93 to go.
double. Oh, we have double. We have double everything. Savannah says, just not in Skyslow. Okay. So that's the only way we could try.
I just added a couple more.
Yeah, thank goodness, thank goodness. So our office goal, everybody to get a listing. Everybody needs to have a listing. That's the name of the game, right, Nance? You had a listing a few weekends ago. It was awesome, wasn't it? You had a listing. It was awesome, right? To be able to sit there and get all the offers in, and you sit with your client and make a decision versus you handing in an offer with their buyer and hoping and praying, right, that you're going to be the one picked, right? It's a better situation to be in. So that's why I'm going to go over Remine with you. So I'm going to take you step by step, but I did put together a little aid of what to do. So circle prospecting. Does everybody know what circle prospecting is? That's if you have an open house this weekend, or a new house went on the market, right? In a neighborhood that you have a buyer who's looking for, or maybe you've been farming it, or maybe you just want to get into that neighborhood, right? As an agent, you want to circle prospect an address. So you pick a specific address and you find out what all the homes are around it, and you call those neighbors. That's what circle prospecting is. Having a buyer's looking in a certain neighborhood, or farm follow-up, okay? We are in the spring market already. So how do you get into Remine and do this? So I'm going to actually show you. And then again, like I said, I have all the slides here so that you can go over it again for any reason you can't remember what I share with you, but it's pretty easy. So here we have, we go into search and we go into Remine. Remine is free. Everybody should have signed up for Remine by now. You just have to hit Remine. If it's your first time, you're going to say new to Remine, create an account, right? That's all you're going to do. So here we are. So I'm going to pick a property. I picked one yesterday, so let me see if I can find it. On here. Okay, so I picked 14 Malpartish Road in Morris Plains. Okay, so that's the one I picked to circle prospect around just for this person. So I'm going to click on 14 Malpartish Road. And I'm not going to click on the house like I normally do to get the property details, okay? I'm going to click on the map, okay? I want to click on the map this time. I also want to make sure if this is an active listing or under contract, that I'm clicking properties, because I don't want to, if I want to see what listings are around this property, then I would click listings, okay? If I want to click any properties that are around this property, then I'm going to click properties. So I want to make sure I'm on properties. And then I'm just going to zoom out one time. I want to give myself a little bigger radius, okay? I guess it already put it down. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of that. Oh, look at all my things saved from last time I went on there. That's interesting to know. Okay, so I'm on Malpartish. Now I'm going to click this little circle because I want to draw a circle around that property, right? So I'm going to click the circle here and then come over here to Malpartish, click again and draw it out. It never works the first time for me, just so you know.
47.
There we go. So I'm going to draw a circle there. So now I drew a circle a little bit, a quarter of a mile around the property that I'm interested in, right? Now, voila, right here, I have all those homes on my sidebar, okay? So here's my sidebar. Lanny is not part of my homes on my sidebar, so we'll move her over. So here I could just go into this one, right? It shows me that this one sold, it's been owned for 22.6 years by Eric Holliver and Karen Holliver. Their equity is estimated at $486,760. And then I want to just scroll down till I see owners and associated people. Click on that. And here's the contact information. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this. I have 2 phone numbers and a email for Karen, and the same thing for Eric. I have 4 contacts. Okay, so this is how I'm able to contact them. All right, so that's where I'm getting it. Now I call them and I have a good conversation with them. Maybe I want to add them to my cart. Okay, does everybody know what a cart is? A cart is like a place to save your searches, right? In Remine. So I click cart here. I can either select, I could add I could select a new name. So I could type in a new name now, 14 mile Pardis, right? Because that was the search I did. But here I already saved one. So I'm just going to put Malpardis Mars Plains, and I'm going to add it to my cart. So if I ever want to go back to it now, it's already in my cart. I don't have to ever search that property again. And then I could just go to the next one. So see, it's a really easy way for you to find people's information where we didn't have this opportunity before, right? And everything is here. How long they've owned it, all the information we need, okay? So if you wanted to add a filter, say you wanted to do a certain listing type of price, you know, anything like that, you could do a filter here, okay? I'm going to move Lanny over again. Oops. And then down here, there's actually distress sales. If I want to look at distress sales, cash buyers, right? There's all different criteria I could put in here, right? So again, this is just
What does cash buyer mean?
I guess maybe anyone who purchased cash when they purchased on the MLS, they purchased as a cash buyer. So that's what I would guess, because this is all things that are here. Right, but they purchased the house. Yes, when they purchased the house, because this is the information of when it closed on the MLS. Okay, so this is where you can find an additional information here. Absentee owners, right? So everybody know what an absentee owner is. It's someone that owns a house but doesn't live in that property. They're renting it out most likely. You want to do absentee owners. That's a great way, you know, a person to reach out to and say, hey, do you realize how, you know, where the home prices are these days? And I'm going to share with you a letter. So everybody understand how to get there and what to do. I mean, it's pretty simple. And again, like I said, I've made sure that I put all the instructions in here for you. So let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. So step-by-step instructions on where to get, you know, show on map, how to draw the radius, and then how to add a property to your cart. Okay. So everything's right here. If you have any questions. And then here is a some dialogue for an absentee owner, or can even be used for circle prospecting. So, dear so-and-so, I see you own a property at 14 Mount Pardis. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is inventory shortage of homes for sale in your area. This has driven home prices up about what percent? And you can find that out on GSMLS. I'll show you how to do that too. Over last year, most homeowners have a lot more equity in their homes right now than they thought. If you'd like to discuss the possibility of selling, I'd love to meet with you and show you what homes are currently selling for. I look forward to hearing from you. So that's a great dialogue for even circle prospecting. We're just calling neighborhoods. It's just an informative way to get in front of people to share with them where their home value is worth today. That's what it's all about. So what's new? Do anybody have any questions about circle prospecting or Remine and how to find that information? No? Okay. So you're all going to do that tomorrow, right? Or this afternoon. You're going to start making phone calls. Start prospecting. Start prospecting right away. That's the way to get business. Right, Dennis? Mm-hmm.
What about all those, when you looked up that one?
So I always suggest, and so let's talk about that for a minute, because I know there was just a huge lawsuit against Keller Williams because do not call us. If you read through it properly, you would have learned that it was robocalls that they got in trouble for. It wasn't a live person calling them. It was they were getting robocalls all throughout the day, and there was no prompt for them to say, put me on your do not call list. So I would call every number there, because in reality, if you want to be on the do not call list, you have to register every single year. And how many people are doing that compliantly, right? So I would call, and if someone says I'm on the do not call list, say, I'm so sorry to bother you. I will take you off my list. Have a great day. And you move on. And you don't call them back again. You take them off your list. I mean, that's really what I would do. So it was robocalls that they were getting constantly that they got fined for. That was,
Answer this question, is Mojo a one-liner, a robocall?
yeah, that I don't know. You always do ask me that question and I never know the answer to that.
It's not-
Well, she's saying because if they answer and she's on the other line, there's a recording. That's the part she's talking
Yeah, so
about.
if it's one line, is that considered a robo?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. I don't like that.
Yeah.
They have it, it annoys us.
Yeah. It does annoy him, right? That's a perfect example of the Keller Williams.
No, it's not, but we still don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure. Yeah. I mean, I thought Mojo was compliant, so I would assume, right?
No, I always heard it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. It was, Vulcan 7 that was. That's why we moved from, Mojo to Vulcan 7 that time. Because they scrubbed them. They scrubbed their lists. And Mojo doesn't. Mhm. So I would be
They
careful
give
with,
you an option to
Yeah.
scrub.
right.
So, yeah.
I would be careful with if there's gonna be a robotic person on the other line waiting for somebody or you to answer. That I would be worried about. That's the only thing based on the Keller Williams
Right
lawsuit.
now, it's not.
Mhm.
So. Really? No, it's really neat. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you real? Yeah, no, really.
I'm really real.
But after like 500 calls, you're trying to sound robotic.
I know. That's why you gotta get up, walk around, smile. There's a lot of different exercises you can do. But so Weicker Marketing is excited to launch my marketing partners with its first partner, Elm Street Technology. They stole your name. So Elm Street will offer Weicker sales associates discounted fee-based marketing services, leveraging its industry-leading marketing toolkit. So this is if anybody wants to start leveraging a business, they've gotten to a certain part in their business where they're doing everything that they could possibly do and they can't do anymore, and they want to get to the next level, right? Then you would reach out to them. So these new done-for-you marketing services include lead generation, email, social media marketing, direct mail newsletter marketing, and customized branding and website design. So they have all this stuff for you. Websites will not be integrated with my Weicker or any other Weicker IT infrastructure and can be linked to the MLS feed. So stay tuned for additional updates. But if you go into, there's actually in Weicker Tools, there is a new tile called My Weicker Partners. You can go in there and you can reach out to them if it's something you're interested in and see what it is that they can do and how they can help you and what the fees are. Okay. So it's just another, and there's a pricing guide right here that you can click onto on the meeting slide. Okay. If anybody's interested in additional a la carte services. So Anthony,
Yes.
I got you in early, so we didn't get you in the end. I tricked you. Make sure you were awake. Then you got a haircut, didn't you?
I did.
You're welcome.
You just got that just now?
Yeah.
Update on the market.
Come on, sit down.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Update on.
Anthony, come on this side. That's the bad side. That's the fresh side. Fresh side, yeah, fun
I mean, it's
side.
time.
Update on the market. It was a quiet week for data after a very busy couple of weeks. The market continued to react. The surprisingly strong job report that we had a couple of weeks ago. Mortgage rates continue to rise in reaction to that job report. Several speeches by the members of the Fed confirmed that this report gives them more leeway to raise rates over the next few months. Now, as we recall, they're raising about 0.25% right now. They're probably going to continue to keep doing that, and we'll see if they stop at some point and go from there. This week, things opened up with the reports on inflation, and we'll also go see the data on retail sales and industrial production. In the real estate sector, releases on the Dover settlement, housing starts and permits will fill out the week. So the CPI numbers came out yesterday. They were kind of flat, so that was good. It didn't kind of throw things in a kind of tangent as we didn't know what was going to happen. So that's a good. It's a climbing. We saw stuff in the 5s and now in the 6s. I mentioned this a few weeks ago in our meeting. I've sent emails out about it. It's live pretty much now across the board with everybody. This is gonna, again, not good news, unfortunately. So for some folks out there, buyers wise, we're trying to push the envelope for buyers and what they can afford. Statistic, about 50% of all buyers as you can see in that second headline there, qualify for a mortgage above a 40% debt to income ratio. Everybody know what debt to income ratio is? Yes.
Yes.
Reminder, debt to income ratio. So you, when you qualify for a mortgage, you have two ratios, a front end ratio and a back end or debt to income ratio. So front end ratio is where you take your current revolving debts that you have, divide it into your gross monthly income, and you get a percentage. The back end ratio, debt to income ratio, is when you take the mortgage, proposed mortgage payment component, add that with your monthly revolving debt, divide that into your income. So the latter, the second debt ratio, is always higher than the front end ratio. This was announced a few weeks back. It's for loans that are being delivered to Fannie by May 1st. So everybody's implementing these adjustments and changes effective today. Because figure if anything is getting contracted, closed, locked, by the time it gets delivered to Fannie Freddie, call it April-ish, these things all have to be delivered by May 1st. So there's loan level adjustments. There's loan level adjustments on every single transaction you're qualifying for a loan. So whenever we've always messaged on some of our previous slides we've had, where you see interest rates advertised by XYZ lender and they throw a rate out. Those rates are always before the LLPA, the loan level pricing adjustments, meaning that depending on what someone's credit score is, depending on what the loan to value is, depending if it's a second home, an investment property, condo, all the above that goes into that. So there's always add-ons to that that make the interest rate ultimately higher. Well, for the second one, just to kind of lay concentrate on, because this is the big one, right? Overall, everything. If you have a debt ratio that's over 40%, there's going to be a 0.25% to 0.380% higher hit to pricing. That's going to change interest rates dramatically. From about 8 to potentially 0.25% just on that alone. There's also a lot of other adjustments in there too as well, depending on where your credit scores are, type of financing you get, multi-family, investment properties, cash out loans, refinancing. This is Fannie and Freddie, just so you know, looking for money. Because their numbers are down like all of our numbers are down, right? So they're like, well, we got to pay more. So now they're going to charge the consumer more per transaction on the buy side or refinance side. And it's detrimental. If you have a lower credit score, it's going to be much higher. So it's going to be impactful to buyers. Where this kind of falls in, they're lobbying for number 2 right now, that 40% over ratio, and it's 50% of the buyers. It's going to be super, it's going to be a big hit for people that are pre-approved already, or keep this in mind too as well. You look at it a couple different ways. Let's say I'm qualifying a buyer and they're at 38.9% debt ratio. So it's tight to begin with. And we get their verification employment that comes in because I've calculated to the best of my ability up front, and maybe their income is slightly different. They have a different add-on here, maybe their commissions or their bonuses are slightly calculated different from underwriter. That could throw people over the 40% ratio. That could potentially confirm a big problem. So keep in mind, their rate could be locked already, committed. We get a BOE that shares these things. It could throw everything around. The challenge you run into is we can't get verification of employment at pre-approval standpoint. We don't have a loaning process. So, it'll make things very more conservative. So it's going to get very challenging as far as how they're navigating this. This is brand new. We had a huge call for an hour and a half about it yesterday, just because it's going to change things a lot. What's going to help with this, right? So it's not all news is bad, but what this will do is significantly make smaller hits for lower credit scores. So for your better buyers and stuff like that, there's going to be some advantages. And believe it or not, for people with some credit challenges, there's some benefits too as well. They're trying to kind of even keel things out a little bit to kind of keep people down. It still pays for us to review and work with buyers very early on in the transaction, because with buyers, as you all know, working on fixing the credit score is important. It's all more important. So having someone pre-approved 6 months before they're planning to buy, a year before they're planning to buy, is also really, really important too as well. Because getting a customer that's like, oh no, I think we're in good shape, and they have a collection account that's for $200 that we have to scramble and fix because they won't close in 30 days, this will impact people. It's going to impact them. And just getting us early involved in the transaction, we can work with the credit and ratios to maximize the financial situation, which will lower their add-ons to the rate. It's even more important to make sure we counsel buyers not to add debts. As you guys know, anybody I speak to with buyers, they always get like a 10 commandments from me. I think they should not be dealing with a credit profile, running credit, buying new things when you're buying things, changing their employment, things of that nature. You think about it. Some people, I've had buyers where they took actually a pay cut. Can you imagine if I'm in the middle of a process, we base them on a certain income, and they actually, because maybe they weren't happy with their position or job, and they maybe have a room for growth at another position, and now they're making 110,000, Terry, with their debt ratio now goes from 38 to 42. All of a sudden, their interest rate's going to be higher. So these things are going to be very new. It's new that this is kind of going on. It's very interesting. But like I said, they are lobbying for that 40% debt to income ratio, because I think that'll be impactful for many buyers that are in process, expecting a certain rate, and then things change throughout the process. Think about it. What happens if appraisal comes in, it's light, and they decide to take mortgage insurance out? And it's going to go up. It's going to affect them not only from a rate being higher up the rate, but they're going to also get hit with debt to income ratio. We never had hits with it. This is all very, very new. All the stuff that we're being promoted, guaranteed, really critical when you're stressing your offer to a client with multiple bid situations, that the seller could be accepting $5,000 if we delay a transaction. Talking about equity booster program, flyers on previously to as well in the 20 years to buy that. The Wyckoff Advantage, if people are buying homes right now, and with up until March 31st, we waive all our lenders. So, all these things should definitely be talking points when buyers are getting, making offers, or even sellers are accepting.
How often do you pay that $5,000? Honestly.
I close their door on my loans.
That exclusion.
So that's what, it's never insurance. You know what I mean? Like, it's there for a reason. They don't want to pay that 5,000. I think they haven't paid out a couple of them.
Mhm.
I've never had. On this day in 2005, what online video sharing was started by 3 college students and now most visible website, second only to
I say wicker.com.
YouTube. See YouTube.
Yep, see YouTube. We knew, once you said it, we knew you were right.
Excuse me. What should we tell people now about, they always say, I don't want you checking my credit that much. And I talk about a soft check, but what should I be saying?
For a mortgage pre-approval, no one can do a soft check. It's all pre-paid. During insurance, you can have it. So when that happens, that considers hard income. Keep in mind, though, too, with lower buyers, though, you can run credit and, if they're checking around with their companies and stuff, they have a few weeks that they can do that window and doing that without it affecting them much more.
Is that still?
It's always been there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's always an important thing you need. So if someone's talking about a lender and they're pretty good, if I pull their credit, I'm not on the same exact score as them. They did it on purpose, they're not getting hard paid. Now, if someone's doing that over several months, that's a minute. You don't want to be doing it. Okay, to get a credit inquiry letter for somebody the other day, they must have 15 mortgage increase for the last year. It's just, it's all these different shots.
They made 15 offers.
Mhm.
They made 15 offers.
Well, I think they're just checking out all kinds of lenders. It's just a
So we should still put the,
Absolutely.
excuse me to tell them, I was in a short period.
Just keep in mind this too as well. So let's say if the lender's willing to get soft,
Yeah.
right? They're willing to just do one credit pull with one.
That's feeling.
You know that not all, reportings of credit cards, collections and stuff, they don't always report that every bureau. Sometimes they're reporting only 2 or 3. So sometimes I'll have a conversation with someone and I'll say, oh, your scores are this. And they'll say, what do you mean? I'm looking at my Experian app, or I'm looking at my Capital One credit card app, and it says my score for this is this. And I'm like, well, I'm looking and I see a collection account for $268 with Dr. Jim. And they're like, what collection? And I look over and it's only reporting in one of those 3. So they're not even knowing about that. They're not even seeing about it at all. And they're thinking the scores are much higher than they are because maybe one of the 2 other ones are reflecting that. Meanwhile, the other scores anchoring the transaction as well. So it happens a lot. Get your credit checked on very early on. I mean, I pulled credit for 2 individual potential buyers on Friday. One had a 440 credit score, another one had a 560 credit score on Friday. And these people are like ready to make offers, running around agents. Like I didn't see a 440 credit score outside in the year.
That's very
And
scary.
the sad thing was too, as well, the one person with the 560 credit score on their credit report, they had like 5 mortgage inquiries over the last 2-3 months. And I bluntly said to them, I go,
curious, what did, I already spent an hour with them on the phone, telling them what they need to do with credit, aligning with a credit repair company. They had some issues on there. I said, what did the other lenders tell you? And they're like, oh, they just kind of blew me off and said, fix your credit, call me when you're ready. No one's putting in the time to spend with clients to, help them. And that was the truth. Like, they just blew me off and kind of did it. So it's really, really important in this market, not to be running after buyers that are just kind of running around with really challenged credit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, we have an upcoming event sponsored by All Under One Roof, which is going to be a Randolph Corporate Headquarters Cluster Bowling event at Circle Lanes, Wednesday, March 1st. More details to come.
Tell Carol.
Tell Carol, yes, Carol will be there. Carol's always there. She shows us all up. And then what happens is she forgets her bowling ball and her bowling shoes, and poor Buzz has to run back and bring it to her. That's what happens. But we always have a good time. We always have a really fun time. People bring their kids, like, it's just a nice event. It really is. So, so mark your calendars for that.
It's gonna be 5 to 7.
5 to 7, thank you. I was looking up in your email, I couldn't see anything. So just in case you haven't heard, we no longer accept paper files.
Really?
I was in Solana's office the other day and someone handed her a paper file and she goes, I don't take paper files anymore, you can't. Exactly, yes, my favorite movie ever. So just again, remember, no more paper files. All paperwork must be submitted through SkySlope. Paperwork needs to be handed in simultaneously when sending to attorneys, just like you used to do, okay? You used to send it when you were sending to your attorneys. The same thing needs to happen now. So Val and I will continue to hold hands on, on training weekly. I guess what I was thinking, hold your guys' hands is what I meant. Until everyone is comfortable. You can also set up one-on-one training during the week. So our training this week, because after our office meeting today is a lunch and learn. Jennifer Jacobus is doing a tax appeal seminar, which is really awesome, guys. You learn a lot of information from that for your clients. So we're going to do our SkySlope training this Friday at 1 o'clock. Okay, so every week it's going to be different based on what we have. So this Friday at 1, we're going to continue our SkySlope training. I'm the beginners and she's the advanced. Okay. I need to attend the advanced class, so I need to get all the beginners to advance so I can then attend the advanced class as well.
And is there a pre-K?
Oh, yeah, everybody has the forms. Everyone needs to come to the advanced on Friday. Look at Terry's scared. Terry's scared. It's okay. I'm holding your hand. I'm holding your hand. Okay. Just remember, I'm holding everybody's hand.
Now, what's with the email then? Is it all fixed now, or is there a different way to get into email? Because
There's a different way, or call them, they'll walk you through it. If you call them, they'll walk you through how to get in. There is a backdoor way to get in right now while they're fixing it.
which way?
No, it works.
Doesn't.
I know, Phyllis is gonna show you. Okay. Our SkySlope queen is going to show you how to get into your email, okay? Okay. So, yeah, so just call them if you have any trouble. I found out this morning that I'm sending you to your Wiker.com email how to get in there, but you can't access it. So I guess that hasn't helped anybody. It didn't even,
trouble with that.
no, everybody is. So, unless you have it forwarded to another email, and then they're able to open it there, or you can open it on your phone. I heard from their phone, there's not a problem, but I don't know.
Everybody should have it forwarded to your email,
Yeah, to another email. This way you don't have to worry about that.
even if you still check it on the Wiker systems.
Yeah.
To do that, they can't even look at.
I can help you do that. I can forward it. I learned how to do that for somebody here real quickly. I think it was Ari.
That's not too hard.
No, it's not too hard. It's not too hard.
It's called POP.
I can help you forward it.
It's called POP3, so if you call tech support, say I want to POP3 my email, my Wiker email.
I can help you right on your Wiker one. I can help you. It takes two seconds for me to do it for you.
And it'll transfer over all the mail that's in there.
Correct. No, moving forward, it will transfer. Yes, moving forward. Only coming from this day on that we do it. Yeah, I don't think there's a way that to do everything, in the past. No. But I can help you. So in the past, marketing brand brand X listings, right? We always said that we can market brand X listings, right? As part of the IDX, we can all market each other's listings, which it is true in some aspects, but not true in other aspects, meaning you can, right, show a property to a client, right? And you can send it to a client and you can do all those different things. So what happened the other day was someone posted a brand X listing. I thought it came from KV Core, but it didn't. You know how the automatic postings from a brand X listing. Mark, this isn't you. I know you look nervous there. This had nothing to do with you. Just so you know, right up. Well, yeah, Mark is like sweating and. So, Waker company listings, you can, any Waker company listings, you could post, because that's what the Core listing machine does automatically, right? It promotes all of our listings. But someone took a brand X listing, posted it on their website, on their social media page. And I got a call the next morning from the manager of that office. It was a Coldwell Banker office. And they said, your agent, take it down right now. They weren't nice in any way. And I said, hold on, send me what it is, number one, and let me look into it, number two, and I'll call back by the end of the day. So they sent it to me and it looked like a core listing one, the way it was done, because if you go in, like I showed you a few weeks ago, how you can go into our, my Waker and go into my listings and you could type in a listing address or, an MLS number, and then you could share it to your website, and then it takes people right to your website when they click on the box, right? So I was showing you guys. So this person did a Coldwell Banker listing. So anyway, this Coldwell Banker agent was upset, or manager was upset. I called Mary Kane up. She called me back and she said, no, I think you're right. You know, I think that we have, the IDX is an agreement. We were all allowed to market each other's listings, but I'm really not 100% on MLS. Could you please call Elaine from GSMLS and just double check with her? And I'm going to bring it up at our meeting this month as well, because that's a good question, you know, to ask. So I call Elaine and this is her response. I actually had to send her an email because she was in a meeting. So she said, you cannot take any listings and post on social media, etc. You're only authorized to display IDX on websites that are approved by GSMLS for display. Yep. So there are many guidelines that the IDX consultants need to follow with disclaimers, etc. Also, you do not know if a listing is included in the IDX data feed where the consultant only has access to data that is available for display, which it means when you are putting a listing on GSMLS, you know how after the vowels come up at the end and it asks you all those questions, someone can opt out and we don't know that. Okay.
Circle picks only use our Waker listings.
Correct. Only company listings, only Waker company listings. So, as you know, the edit advertising screen allows individual listings to be excluded from the IDX. You as an agent wouldn't know how the listing agent has responded to that question.
What if you're just, like, I see a lot of people reposting, like, look at this $6 million listing and blah, 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 right? Which I feel like people from our office have done. You're just taking, if you're not actually taking the listing, but you're just pulling off of an advertisement, you can't do that either.
So are you sharing it so that people can see where it came from? Or are you copying, pasting it and putting it on? Because I think that's the difference there.
I think people are copying and pasting and saying like, look at this $7 million listing. Does anybody have a buyer? Ha ha, call me.
Yeah, no, I mean, you really shouldn't. That agent could, or that broker could come, you know, and make you take it down or ask you to take it down. So in the future, you must receive written approval from the listing office in order to do any promoting of their listings. And then she said, please remove the listing if you already have it. And we had by that time because I had, but again, just
Find like ones.
if they're Waker listings. Waker listings. If you get permission from that agent, you can.
Oh.
Yes.
We,
So like Mark did that a few weeks ago. That's why I thought he was gonna think I was talking about. He has a friend in another brokerage who posted a listing and he said, do you mind if I share? And she said, absolutely. So that was okay, right? Because he got permission. I don't know, text or email. I mean, that's really all you need, right? You don't have to have that formal, you don't have to have a formal like,
And her broker.
huh?
Someone's doing. They're taking our listings, they're putting it on anybody can share and market for our listing.
Because they're an MLX approved website and they're allowed to do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same as an agent, specific agent taking it and putting it out there versus Zillow. What are you saying, Eric?
The My White ones that they automatically send, they don't just have White listed. Has that been changed?
Well, I sent it to John Curry and he looked into it and they came back with the fact that they only send the Wegert listing. So if anything is different than that, or anyone gets one on their post and it's not the same, please send it to me right away. Because I did escalate it right away when this happened, because I thought it was done by Core Listing Machine, that specific one, and they sent it back and said, no, it was not. So, again,
So after I posted this, that's where you get a lot of activity on it, question, a lot of comments. The broker told the listing agent, since 21,
yeah,
take it down to this topic.
so the broker really is the one who decides, not the agent.
Yeah.
So, so it's just, I mean, I don't think this happens a lot, but just for, just to clarify, because I had a different understanding, Mary Kano had a different understanding, and now it's all cleared up that I spoke to Elaine, not to post other brokers' listings. I mean,
Why would the broker care if you're advertising their listing?
Because it makes it look like.
it makes it look like you're the listing agent and that your company has the listing. That's why. And it's not exclusive to them. That's what happens. So also on my broker meeting last week at Mary Kano, she spoke about now that they've upped the amount of real estate commission people that are going around. They're up to 14 people and they're visiting offices. I know. And that one of the biggest issues that they're going after is teams, because teams are not marketing, they're marketing themselves as a broker. They're putting their team name without any Wakert or Century 21 or Keller Williams, right? You can't tell. Sometimes even when you see signs out there, you're like, I don't know what it is. You can't even read it, right? So they're really cracking down on teams not being compliant, because teams are making themselves look as they're the broker of the record and not not the specific office, okay, or the broker. So again, that's something. They also talk about the lead paint inspections that have to be done, that by 2024, the towns have to have their act together or they will be fined. Okay, because they've been so slow. So the towns will have to get their act together by 2024, and that it is that the onus is still on the landlord, even today. The landlord has to get it done. It is not your responsibility. It's your responsibility to let them know. But one thing she mentioned is it's not your responsibility to call and schedule it and be there and meet them and do that. And the reason why she said that is because there was already an issue with the landlord where the agent did everything for their client, and then something happened, and guess who the client went after? The agent, right? So you never want to be a middleman. You never want to be a middleman, because you're going to be the one who they come after. I always say that to you guys when it comes to Oprah reports and anything with the town. If you are calling the town on behalf of your client, and then you're taking that information that you got from somebody, third-party information, you're telling your client, and it's not correct, then they're coming back at you because you gave it to them. It doesn't matter who you heard it from. It doesn't matter. If they're going to the town directly or to whoever the expert or the professional is, and they're getting the information, now you have nothing to do with it, right? You should not be passing on third-party information. Okay, because no matter how much that person loves you and what a great relationship you have, everybody turns when it comes to money. We've seen it, right? People turn when it comes to money instantly. Right? So make sure that you're just.
Like a CH or CO.
Yeah.
Like a CH.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna call and have the person come there, if that's what you're saying, schedule it, but make sure that person is the one in touch, you know what I'm saying? Because if something again happens, then they're coming to you because you were the one they dealt with the whole time, not that person in the town. Right? So now they're not coming after the person in the town, they're going right after you. Even if that person in the house said, oh, Priscilla, such and such, oh, we're not gonna worry about that crack, or we're not gonna worry about that faucet. And then it turns out that they write up the report differently, right? Who are they gonna look at? It's just, there's always things that are misinterpreted and misunderstood. And a lot of third-party information that goes between us and that person. And then that person has additional questions. Now you're going back, right? It just becomes very, it's just not a good practice. You can provide them with the information so that they don't have to look for it. Say, this is who you need to call. This is what you need to do. Here's all the information. That's what you should be doing and following up them to make sure they do it. But don't be the person who's doing it all for them. It's not good practice to do that, especially in this day and age. I just getting out my Waker announcement. So welcome to Chris Gonzalez and welcome to Katie Migner. If anybody, something we haven't done in a long time, and I used to get like little notes in my mailbox, nominating people for Waker Pride. So if there's someone who does something nice for you in the office, or someone who you've called and they do a great job, or you love being around them and they're a big part of our culture, the forms are in the MRC room. Just go in, fill them out, and put them in my mailbox. I'd love to hear from you about, it's always great culture to be able to recognize somebody who is a nice part of the office and who's very supportive and helpful, right? So nominations welcome and encouraged. I didn't do my open house report, so we'll forget about that. Shared opportunity. So one-on-ones, I'm doing on Mondays and Fridays. Just click on my link. You could do it for business reviews, accountability, whatever it is that you need. Make sure you're scheduling a time to sit down. It's important for your business. It really is important for your business. My morning motivation calls are every morning, 8:30 to about 8:45. There's no pictures, no video. It's just to get you motivated and give you some ideas of what to do for that day to get your business on track. Donna's doing mixed media farming on Tuesdays, 11 a.m. in Randolph. So all different ways to get your name out there in your specific neighborhoods or prospecting. You have to go there. Got to go there. Zoom is very hard to train and teach and coach people on, okay? Because there's black little boxes. If you're a presenter and you've ever been on Zoom, it's not fun because you don't know who's paying attention, if they're there, if they're not. And I know for myself, when I'm on a Zoom call, I'm doing other things. I'm on my computer, I'm getting stuff done. I mean, you have to be there and be engaged in order to get the most out of it.
Teachers that did it for over a year. Teachers.
And that's why everybody's so behind.
Yeah,
That's why these kids are so behind. It's so hard for these kids because of that. So I'm doing
In
1
the
o'clock.
class that we went to for KB was really funny. The class that we went to, was Zebby and I, they had a girl,
PE.
they had a girl on the screen. And I thought, oh, she's an attractive girl, and I listened to the meeting and did whatever shit.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Anyway,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm watching, and the girl was, I said, gee, she doesn't blink, the girl that, she put a picture. Actually put a picture up there the whole time, and about the last half hour, she came into the meeting. The instructors was oblivious.
I remember when my son took the real estate class was during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was on Zoom. He took the 75 hours and he would send me pictures of people on Zoom who was in bed with their arm around their girlfriend. I was like, what? And I would be like, well, if you can't even get out of bed, you're not going to be a real estate agent. Like, you can't even sit in a chair to watch. It was mortifying. It was mortifying. I know, I always say to my daughter, because my daughter teaches, 10th and 11th grade high school kids. During that time, I'd be like, Alexander, please tell me they get out of bed. Please tell me that their parents at least make them get out of bed, because I can't handle this anymore. It was too much for me. But anyway, Tuesdays at 1, we're doing our skill building, listing presentation, buyer's consultation, GSMLS, negotiating offers, dialogue, role play, all that stuff just to keep you going in the business. Donna's doing a roundtable, which is like our mastermind we used to do on Thursdays at 11 a.m. It's a lot of idea sharing. We're going to do pizza and prospecting on Thursdays at 12 here. So we're going to call all these different places and make sure we're doing our prospecting at least once a week. We should be doing it more. And no, I don't have a list for you, but yes, I can share with you how to get numbers. Okay. The least you could do is get your own numbers. And then Donna's doing prospecting and pizza on Fridays at 12. And Savannah and I are doing our SkySlope training this Friday at 1 o'clock. Bring your laptops. It's better if it's hands-on, guys, than if you're trying to write things down. It's so much easier if you have your laptops with you.
Are you gonna be doing another like game of phones or? anything like
We were talking about it. So we just haven't put anything together yet. It's a lot of preparation to put together, but a lot of people have been asking for that, like more of a
Just give you
what do you call it? Hedgehog sort of thing, right? The accountability and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Like,
It's so good. It's
What was it called? A hedgehog. What's a hedgehog?
an animal. I don't know, but she. It's a small, spiky little animal.
I make up my own things here, okay? I have my own language.
What were you doing last night?
Holy mackerel. So Heather Jarp is our regional MTS. Set time with her weekly, bi-weekly, every once a month, whatever it is, so that you're delving into the My Record system. She can do coaching for you. She can do MTS training for you, whatever it is that you need, but you have to reach out to her and get on the calendar. And she is here certain days in Rutgers University, so you could have a face-to-face session with her, or you can do it via Zoom. And then Power Up is starting February 27th. So I guess in 2 weeks, on Monday, Power Up is starting again. It's a 3-month program. It's a 90-day program. It replaces Accelerate, but it's for new agents, but it's our agents who want to get their business to the next level. Okay, so we do have a lot of this class I think is actually full already. And it's a lot, it's 50% new agents and 50% agents who just want to get to the next level and want to get their business boosted again. Okay, so the first 2 weeks is 10 to 12:30, Monday through Friday. Then the following remainder of the time is, you can tell us, Mark, better. It's a phone call.
One is, the second week, or the week we're in now is 1 to 3:30. 1 to 2:30.
1 to 2:30.
3 o'clock every day. Amy and Gabby comes for one for the hiking.
Okay, so they're the MTSs who are assisting them. So it's a 3-month program, 90 days, but they are pretty sure, I don't want to say the word guarantee, I keep saying that these agents will get 2 transactions within the first 6 months, based on the accountability, the skill building, the coaching, the training, everything that they're getting. So we've heard great things about it, and like I said, it's going to continue to go once a month. They're going to start a new session moving forward. The CE classes, they've added some new ones. And I did see one that's hybrid again, I believe in April. If someone's looking for a hybrid one, I believe it was April 11th and April 13th. Meaning you could be in class or on Zoom, because a lot of people want to be in class. They don't want to be on Zoom because they don't learn well there, or they don't get a lot out of it. So if you it would be here. So just check out that School of Real Estate link, and then you can see all the classes that are upcoming, because I just looked for somebody the other day.
If I can open my email.
Oh, yeah, well, you could just go, oh, no, you can't. Go to www.schoolsofrealestate.com, and then you can see the schedule. Schools with an S of realestate.com. And they're continuing to add classes. Anybody interested in getting their broker's license, they have a class coming up in March. That's really fun. So you go through 75 hours of what you've already went through when you went to your pre-licensing, and then an additional 75 hours basically of the broker aspect, management and office management and all that kind of stuff. This is a community update they send to you guys once a week. Just what's going on in the company. Don't forget my marketing studio. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's so darn easy. It really is very user friendly. Yeah.
Once you get your credits done, you have to wait until you're expired or close to expired, and you just apply for the license.
No, you have to wait till the license renewal comes up in May.
Okay.
Yeah. So just make sure you're checking the PSI website that your credits are credited. You have to make sure that your credits are credited, right? Yeah. And you can't, if you go over your credits, they don't go to the next year or to the next cycle, okay? So you can't start the new credits for 2023 to 2025 till July, okay? Because some people ask that question as well. Refer and earn program. We do it all guarantee, the $5,000 closing date guarantee. There's medical benefits for agents if they need it, so we partner with the new program, and this is where you reach out if you want more information. And they're still doing the $50 quote for getting a $50 Amazon gift card for getting a quote for insurance. And you're eligible once a year to get that $50 gift card. And so here's our listings for this. So one thing I want to do moving forward, I want to start listing, I'm going to go and put all the listings on the whiteboard, whether they're under contract, active, so at least everybody can start seeing the listings again, and hopefully we'll get more listing opportunity. No house should go without a open house if it's available, right? As long as there's not a tenant in there who's unruly and doesn't want people in, right? There's always going to be a specific information, a specific situation. I know Mara has one in Sparta that the person does not want people to come in on open house because of her security,
No,
right?
she changed her mind. So
Oh,
we did an
oh, that's
open house
right.
this
I
past
did,
weekend.
I did. I saw
And-
several there. That's right. I'm
And
sorry, I
one
did.
person came through and is really interested, and now she wants open houses every freaking weekend.
Okay, there we
We're
go.
like, "We've been begging you for 2 months."
Right,
And
exactly,
now it's
exactly.
Like, we can't even, it's ridiculous.
I know there's specific situations
Yeah.
at times where people won't, but if we have a house that is available, it should be allowed to be sat multiple times a week because everybody needs to get in front of buyers these days. So some new listings that we have, Tabitha and Mark have 95 Ellington Street in East Orange. Do you want to talk about it, Tabitha? I can't see her behind the wall.
It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, longest room on the 3rd floor, decent backyard, no garage, off-street parking. Has a driveway, for 375. It's a nice home, it's on a good street, it's not a bad area of East Orange.
It sounds like a good price. Sounds like
Yeah,
a very good price.
We're trying to help them get something in white metal ready. If anybody has anything,
On the horizon, coming up, anybody know of anything?
There, I have something that will be
what?
Let Tabitha know.
on Upper Mountain. A 3-2.
It's on now or you have it coming on?
It'll be coming up. They
What's
just-
the inside look like, Gary?
Mm.
I haven't been in yet.
Okay, that's good, okay.
Lori has a new exclusive 305 Reserve Street in Boonton. I think, is it Reserve or Reservoir? I think it's Reservoir. Is it Reserve? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about Boonton, so I shouldn't be questioning it. She's on the phone. Sure, she'll tell us about it. Tabitha has 9 Belmont Avenue in Madison. In the heart of Madison. Yep. Cheryl has 5 Saddle Ridge Road in Fairleigh. So these are all homes that have been on the market. Again, I'm gonna list them all, so we have them all listed, even exclusives up there, just so people can see what we have, our inventory on a regular basis when they're passing by. I think that's a good practice to have moving forward. A lot of vacant land. Does anybody have any coming soon, price reduced, just listed?
Anybody who wants an open house on that 15 Shore Road in Wayne,
Mhm.
let me know.
We're gonna put it out there.
15 Shore Road.
Open house, if anybody wants an open house, Wayne.
There you go.
Do you have a price reduction, Tabitha, or no?
Yeah, so, yeah, for,
I can do something.
Madison, I wouldn't drop it twice.
Okay.
What's
What-
the
the what?
599?
The 599? Oh, good.
What's the feedback been there, Tabitha?
I can't get feet, it's too hot. I don't even,
It's just too high.
it's too hot. So I finally, 2 times to listen to someone else,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna drop it Friday.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
reserve?
so I just listed 305 Reserve Street in the park section. It's a beautiful location. It's a beautiful house, but it needs some updating. And it has a
Everybody-
pool in the back that was never winterized. It probably needs to be filled in. They already got an estimate for $10,000 to fill it in. And it's 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths. There's 1 bedroom and 1 full bath on the first floor. And it has like a lot of charm and character. The outside is gorgeous. Inside has all hardwood floors. Some have the ribbon trim. The doors are all original and they're beautiful. And they're in the process of converting to gas heat. and they left for the country for a little while, and there's no heat in the house currently. So just dress warm if you want to show it.
When's it coming out?
The pipes where? Yeah, they winterized the house. The pool, they didn't winterize. The pool, they didn't, they let it go, so. So what, did somebody have a question?
Yes, Tabitha asked, when's it coming on?
It's kind of on already, but I don't have a lockbox on yet.
You have pictures?
Not
I
on
can have
the
Facebook.
inside, I'll probably take some today.
And what's the first one?
650.
On Facebook.
Oh, I thought it
Yes.
said 350 up there.
What?
I thought it said 350.
No, Tabitha's was 350, hers was 650 underneath Tabitha's.
Oh,
And the
you have
marks.
to take it off right now.
No, it's not. It probably needs a new kitchen and 3 new baths.
Anyone else have anything new coming on or anything they want to share?
Very much. Thank you.
Looking for, a decent house, in Morris Township, Morris Plains. Clients willing to go to the mid-7s. If you have anything, please, let me know.
The same with Zebby. Zebby is looking for a ranch. She's living in with her son now.
Mhm.
Verona.
Yeah.
She sold her house, but it's uncomfortable with her living with her son, so she needs a ranch. Definitely.
I have a Littleton. It's first floor announcement.
15
Littleton over here.
Yeah. It's got that. Over the backyard. It's right first. Well, it's expansive. Yes. I think she was going on, I remember that.
Yeah. That's.
It's got a first
Morris Plains.
floor. Bedroom. What? We're done. It's right now. We.
Oh, wait.
So it's got.
It's your rental.
No, it's.
Yeah, okay.
Well, hold on. Betsy has a rental. So Barbara has a rental.
We're gonna put it back out today, for a Morrison's in Madison. Fully furnished, different bedrooms, full baths. It's gonna be 5,000.
About 5,500.
Yeah, about 5,500. It's really nice. It's in, the Madison place right there on Green Village, walking to the train, walking to town. Yeah, great building, so.
Fully furnished and everything. All you do is bring your clothes and a toothbrush.
Yeah, there you go. Fully furnished too. Yeah, very interesting. Anybody else? Is that it? All right. Oh, how to get it?
Yeah, like, no, like, Garden State,
Jerome, you won. Oh,
and then CJAR, and NAR, and I don't think that, right, Don?
so, Garden State is 8750 and 8750. So what's that? 150, no. 175 is Garden State. It's 8750 twice a year. Garden NCJAR is 495, and then if you pay the extra $25 for RPAC or not, I don't know. E&O was $599. A month.
I thought it was $14.95.
No, I think it is 99. I think it is 99. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Right.
Guys, don't forget lunch at 12 o'clock. Tax seminar at 12.
I still need someone for Saturday. I can't be sure.
Saturday, open house in Wayne.
You guys want to open house on Saturday?
Open house on Saturday in Wayne.
I have Sunday ready.
All you see them. That's right. I can't be sorry.
Thanks, Mrs.
You're welcome.
For 10 grand, you should be working.
I can put it out there because people are looking for someone who maybe not here. Thanks, Lan.
Thank you, Missy.
Thinking and taking. Hey, Lonnie, how you feeling?
I'm getting better.
Good,
I'm starting PT in about 2 hours.
good. You got painkillers?
That she does.
Yeah, but not great ones. More
I'll tell you
nerve.
where to get the good ones.
No, I have them in the house, but I was becoming addicted. So I had to get off them.
Well, you'll need them after PT.
Oh, God, no, Eric, no.
You're gonna be sore, but that's a good sore.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it is a good story.
And keep in mind, pain means you're still alive
Right. I know.
and you're making progress.
How are you doing, Eric? How was the wedding?
It was fantastic.
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
I have, some great pictures from it that
Okay,
I'll bring up.
okay. When I come back.
We haven't even looked at all of them yet, the pictures. But, they give you a thumb drive now, and you gotta scroll through it. But there's like 2,000 pictures and it's just, we didn't have like 4 hours to sit there and go through them.
Well, are you gonna have an album made?
Yeah, but the albums now cost like $1,500, $1,800.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do the, like one of those companies you go online and they make the book for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that for like
I
$85.
say Costco would probably do it for $15.
Yeah, the guy we used is up in Sparta. He's like a world-class photographer, his company, but they have world-class prices.
Of course.
And I mean, like, a couple is bringing him to France to shoot their wedding.
Oh, my God.
So he's gonna be there for 2 weeks shooting, the whole
Sure.
thing. I'm like, that's gotta be like a $50,000
Oh,
wedding
yeah.
shoot.
Oh, my God, that's so expensive.
But hey, if you got the money,
I would like to do it and I would like Ally.
but I mean, he's really good. It's really amazing pictures. He has one up in his office. Remember the Afghan girl with the really amazing eyes?
Yes, beautiful
He has
girl.
a picture
I mean,
from a
I have
wedding.
seen her and I've talked to
And
her.
I was afraid to have to just let her go because we have to do it at a certain date.
It's such a similar picture. And I said to him, that looks just like, the Afghans. He goes, I never even looked at it.
Sure, I know.
It's
Like,
just-
show you.
He's that caliber of a
But I
photographer.
see her mom.
It's just amazing.
Also her-
He does, he said he
So then
does
I
3
Reach out to her. and
like
she's
destination
"Sorry."
weddings a year,
I told you this.
like
Summer,
big time
she's
ones
gonna-
like that.
Well, that's how he makes his money.
Yeah,
She's-
alrighty,
Take
Work
care.
hard.
Have a good day.
you too.
She was away.
Bye, guys.
Where she-
Bye.
You told me that.
Yeah, so she went away, now she's back. I saw her over the weekend, so anyway, so I wanted to see if there's any space. I could do, and I mean, I did it, not that, but I did like a similar thing, every Max. And it was really helpful.